Hello, happy independence to everyone. It's a pleasure to be in the studio again, reaching you from inside Agwa TV. We have always told you that every weekend we shall be here to be looking at matters as it concerns Agwa in general. Today is a special day. It's a day that we are celebrating our country, Nigeria. And here in the studio, I have with me the my usual co-anchor of the program, in the person of Comrade John Mbono. Comrade John Mbono, can you greet the house?
Good morning, viewers. Happy Independence celebration to Nigerians and Agwa.
All right. Thank you, Comrade John Mbono. And also today we have in the studio another son of Agwa, also a co-host of this program in the person of Comrade Ugwebu Wisdom. Ugwebu, joining us from Republic of Benin, right?
Yes, good morning all, and welcome to Inside Agwa TV. Happy Independence.
Thank you, Comrades Ugwebu Wisdom, reaching us from the Republic of Benin. We shall be looking at some issues as it concerns our fatherland, Agwa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce the guest of today's program, but that will be when we return from the break. All right, welcome back. In today's program, we have in the studio our father, our senior brother, who has joined us today to take us through the journey of Nigerian independence vis-a-vis how it concerns Agwa. With us here in the studio, we have Chief Chibunna Ubawuike. Chief Chibunna Ubawuike is here. Can you greet the house, Chief?
The Inside Agwa crew, I wish you all a happy independence celebration. I wish Nigeria, my country of birth, happy independence celebration. I wish Ndi Agwa, Ndi Igbo, Ndi Imo, happy independence celebration.
All right, thank you, Chief. Yeah, welcome to today's program. Like I did say, we are going to hit the ground running now. Today is Nigeria's 62 independence anniversary. And as a country, Chief, I would like to begin the discussion. What does Nigeria's 62nd anniversary celebration after achieving political independence on the October 1st, 1960, what does it signify to us as a country?
Thank you very much. Having gained our independence from our colonial masters, the Great Britain, on October 1st, 1960, it has not been a jolly ride all through. We have had our bombs that we were able to scale through, the Civil War and others. But I would say,
go ahead, Chief. Okay, hello, Chief. I think we're having a network issue. We'll wait for us to establish a good connection with Chief Chibunna, who is already talking about the Nigerian independence since October 1960 and what it signifies to us as a people. Okay, I have Chief back. Okay, Chief, you may go ahead now.
I said the independence we gained on the 1st of October 1960, Nigeria as a country, it has not been a jolly ride all through. Yeah. There has been bombs here and there. but we have been able to surmount them and get to 62 years today. We thank God a child born 62 years ago is still growing. And 62 years in the life of a nation is not small, but it's also small. I would say Nigeria is still a work in progress. It is the desire of each and every one of us to see an egalitarian, a plural and libertarian Nigeria where there is equity, where there is justice, where there is fairness. A Nigeria that is developed to deliver the goodies to its citizens. That is our desire. We have not gotten there yet, but I know we'll get there as we travel on this route of life.
All right. Thank you so much, Chief, for that insight on the Nigerian independence. Before I hand over to Comrade John Bono, there's something we are observing in Nigeria today. Before now, on a day like this, October 1st, we see the whole place is painted green. People buy different attires. You see shops display green attire, and you see Nigerian flags everywhere. As you move on the street today, you'll be seeing green, but the case is no longer the same today. In your own judgments, what could you say is the cause of this now? Why are people not celebrating Nigeria again?
I will not say people are not celebrating Nigeria again, but it is we're not seeing those things we are used to when we were small. I could recall myself when we were in primary schools. You know, today we will journey down to and prizes will be given to the schools that came first. It was a desire of everybody then who was in school, primary school, even secondary school, to go for, aside the May 27 Children's Day, the next one is October 1st. Everybody wants to be there. It was funfair. But today we are no longer seeing it because I see it as a part of the dynamics of human development. The society evolves. It is not what we are doing yesterday that we are still doing today. So as the humanity develops, as the country develops, there are certain things that, you know, are left behind. So I believe it is part of the dynamics of human development that has made it that we no longer celebrate it the way it used to be when we were small. But everybody celebrates the independence. Today, the president has given his speech. The state governors have given theirs and congratulatory messages flooding in here and there. It is being celebrated, but not like the way it was when we were small.
Okay, thank you so much. Comrade John Bono, over to you.
Thank you, Chief, for your response. My question is a kind of follow-up. Just like a common action, you connect the tissues that leads to this disconnection, because I see that there should be a connection between the people and the government. Whereby, why the people are celebrating, why the government are celebrating, the people should complement it as a reason or as an evidence that we are in connection with this government. Or would you say that is it not okay that we should be celebrating the resilience of Nigerian, the common Nigerian citizen, than talking about celebrating independence as a nation? What is your take on this question?
Well, like I told you earlier on, from since the advent of this Fourth Republic in 1999, the celebration has not been like the way it used to be, and I attribute it to, you know, the dynamics of human development. We are celebrating it, but not the way it is. Besides, as human develops, I believe we have a lot in terms of a cost of living. The cost of living now is very high. The luxuries we are used to affording in those years are no longer the way it used to be. There is no more disposable income, you know, to way, let me use that language. It has not been the way it used to be, because the economy has not been at its best, coupled with the situation we find ourselves from 1999 to date. It is not just peculiar to this administration, but from 1999 to date, the celebration has not been what it used to be. So I believe the government should do more to align with the followers. You know, the leadership and the followership should synergize to bring back the old glories of Nigeria's independence celebration. The government today, there is a disconnect between the government, the leadership, and the led. My prayer is that there should be a synergy. Let us reenact and bring back those things that make us happy, that things that bring us together, the things that each and every child is looking up to. In those years, every child looks up to going for independence celebration. Today, children talk less about it, except maybe in schools they do cultural displays and things like that. Not like the way we used to do it in those years. The disconnect between the leadership and the led, I believe, has also contributed to it. My prayer is that let there be a renaissance and let there be a reconnect of the leadership and the led, so that we bring back the old glories. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chief, for being here today and for giving us insight in the discussion of the day. Like I said before, our main focus today is on looking at Nigerian independence, then placing Agwa in between. That's our focus of discussion today. So I'd like to bring in Comrade Ugwebu Wisdom now to take us on questions that borders about Agwa development vis-a-vis Nigerian independence. Comrade Ugwebu Wisdom, are you there? Okay, Ugwebu Wisdom is not there. Comrade John Bono, what is your take?
I want to disagree with what, but it later recognized my question in the sense that there is a disconnection with the common and that's why what is happening today, which he established at the last end of his response. Moving on to yes, what is happening, but lately we are also witnessing a leadership improvement. Chief, your take in what has been happening now, considering security and general.
The mic is breaking. It's breaking. Can you rephrase your question?
Okay,
Can you come again?
Your view.
Comrade John Mbono, sorry, your mic is breaking. Yes, your mic is breaking. We would like you to readjust yourself so that we can hear you clearly. But Chief, if I heard him well, I think the question is, what do you believe has hampered Agwa's development as a member of the Nigerian Federation, and what should we be doing differently in our socio-political life? Looking at Nigeria at 62, placing Agwa in between where we are today, we have had, I won't say Agwa is too marginalized, because we have had our sons imagine even to the hierarchy of becoming local government chairman and other key positions in the states, Imo State. But when you compare that since 1960 till now, we cannot really say we have achieved much as a people politically. So what are the things that are hampering the development? It's just of recent that we had Agwa Central Union that are fighting to make sure that they put one or two things in place. Up till now, Agwa is still suffering bad roads. Up till now, we are still talking about electricity in Agwa. 62 years down the line, what, in your own thoughts, is the cause of these challenges in our development? I think that's what Mbono is trying to ask.
Okay. Well, in the case of Agwa, why we have been where we were was because of selfish individualism tainted with quasi-clannishness. I don't know whether you get me.
Yes,
Selfish individualism tainted with quasi-clannishness. How do I mean? Our predecessors were very selfish, and they will incite their towns against each other. Agwa is made up of 10 congruous towns. Agwa is one. But because of the selfishness of our predecessors, our leaders, pursuing their selfish interest, will incite their towns to buy in as if the neighboring town is, against the other town, inciting brothers against each other, instigating crises against each other. This man is from Obudi, that man is from Oba, this one is from Bala, that one is from Umupo, those kind of things, instigating crisis amongst brothers. And that created a wide gulf between Agwa. Agwa people, we are no longer doing things together with one spirit, with one voice. And the beneficiaries of those crises were those individuals. That was why I said it was selfish individualism tainted with quasi-clannishness. An Mbala man and an Oba man has no problem. An Obudi man and an Umufeke man has no problem. But those our leaders then will instigate their people against each other. We will now see ourselves as enemies instead of brothers. Instead of doing things as one, we decided to go individual ways. And remember, governments like where there is divide and rule, they capitalize on it to deny us what is due us. The things we were supposed to come together in unity to achieve eluded us because we were divided against each other. We were at war with ourselves. And this thing has continued over the years. But thank God, the birth of ACU through Agwa Renaissance have brought Agwa together. We are going to see a new Agwa that will do things together as one, a new Agwa devoid of clannishness, a new Agwa devoid of individualism, but a new Agwa that will do things in unison. And we are seeing the result already. So the 62nd independence anniversary of Nigeria is going to be something that will benefit Agba henceforth. Prior to this year, this October 1st, since 2 years ago, there have been a kind of re-engineering in Agwa, a kind of rapprochement in Agwa, for there to be unity, for us to do things with one voice, for us to do things in unity. And the true sons of Agwa who are, interested in the development of Agwa, who are interested in the progress and prosperity of Agwa, they've come together to synergize with one thought and mind to ensure that those things that have eluded us, we bring them to Agwa, attract them to Agwa. Those things that divide us, we close them up. And then close those gulfs that divide us, narrow it as much as possible, and be one. Politically, we have not fared better. But I believe being one now, doing things in oneness, with oneness of mind, we are going to achieve a lot. So that when we speak with one voice. It will make us to become a force we are supposed to be. Because all around our neighboring towns, Agwa showed the light politically. The late Chief Mark Obodo of blessed memory was the first man amongst all our neighboring towns to chart a political course for all of us. He showed the light, but our people did not follow the light because of that selfish individualism. But today, most of us have gone into politics to be able to attract the goodies of governance to Agwa. And now Agwa that have come together will make it easier for us to do the job for the betterment of Agwa and in the Agwa.
All right. Thank you, Chief, for that insight. I would like to bring in Comrade Ubwebu Wisdom. And like I said, the focus now is on Agwa. Let's leave Nigeria alone. Let us talk about Agwa, what affects us as a people, and the way forward. And these are some of the issues that Chief Chibunna has been giving us insights and way forward. We'll be back after this break, and then Comrade Ugwebu Wisdom will take on the next session of questions. Please. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Comrade Ubawuike Wisdom, can you hear me? Ubawuike Wisdom, can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, we would like to take your questions. Okay, Comrade John Bono, we can't reach out to Ubawuike Wisdom. What's your take? You heard what Chief said about the problem that has been facing us as a people in Agwa. So I would like to ask you, what other questions do you think, or what other thoughts do you have around what he said, so that he can take it off from there?
Chief, I want to start from some of the points you raised. You said that Agwa have not been fared well politically, which I quite much agree with you. But I would like you to make a statement in the area of political appointments, or Agwa having fared well in the area of political appointment, but not as a people benefited from dividends of democracy, or what's supposed to be in occupying those positions. So what is your take? Just make this clarification.
I said in my previous submission that selfish individualism have been the bane of our development. Not until 2 years ago we started, coming together to bring Agwa together and work with one voice. Prior to that time, everything that has happened in Agwa, either political appointments, elective positions, appointed positions, have been on selfish individualism. Those appointed work for themselves alone, not for Agwa. Those elected work for themselves alone, not for Agwa. That is why we have not had development in Agwa. We have had our sons and daughters in appointed positions, executive appointed positions at the state level, at the local government level, but it did not translate to the socio-economic development of Agwa because it was selfish individualism. They were pursuing their own selfish interest, not Agwa interest. That is the bane of our problem. But I thank God that there is a rapprochement, like I said, there is a renaissance in Agwa, and Agwa have come together, unified, and are pursuing one cause and one goal. What is that cause? The goodness and betterment of Agwa, the development of Agwa, the progress and prosperity of Agwa. So now it's not going to be like before. It's a new dawn in Agwa. That's what I'm saying.
All right, thank you. Comrade Ubawuike Wisdom, you heard all that Chief is saying about what is hampering development in Agwa. So do you have any question for Chief? Ubawuike Wisdom, over to you now. Wisdom, go ahead. Okay, I think we're still having a serious challenge from his end. So the next question, Chief, I would like to ask, what do you think the leaders and people haven't been doing well, given the state of our roads and the level of insecurity in Agwa? What is it that our leaders are not doing well?
Presently, our leaders are doing well presently. Previously, our leaders were not doing well because everybody was, to your taste, so everybody was pursuing his own cause. But presently, our leaders are doing well. Everybody have come together. We have galvanized every effort to make sure we put Agwa in a good state. Security-wise, you can see the kind of investment we have made in Agwa to provide security. As a town, a solo effort that we have done, communal effort that Agwa has done to provide its own security. We built our own divisional police headquarters. We have been, doing everything to make sure that the station functions well. It has been approved. Manpower have been deployed there. But still, we are making contributions to ensure that there is security in Agwa. We have our vigilante, and we are the ones paying them. So presently, our leaders in Agwa are doing excellently well. But previously, it was not like that. Then, in terms of infrastructure, the successive governments have tried to provide little, but we need more. And our people that have been in positions of political authority They did their best then. They did their best, but their best was not enough. Presently, we are galvanizing effort to ensure that we do more to ensure we attract the needed infrastructural development to Agwa, so that Agwa will be great among the committee of nations and towns.
All right, thank you. Comrade John Bono, your question, please.
Chief, thank you for your replies to our question. I want to talk about particularly roads in Agwa. People that are living within Agwa are passing a lot of difficulties flying our routes, going to Owerri and other of their businesses. And the dry season is coming up. Is there any plan by the government to make sure that at least that some of the roads that connect us to Owerri, particularly the Ejimekuru Agwa roads, is there any plan by the government that to make sure that this road is being fixed before on now or before December?
Yeah, the plans are afoot to fix it, especially that Ejimekuru road, the Ejimekuru Agwa road. Plans are afoot to fix it. People are working seriously on it to ensure that it is done. I believe the rainy season has hampered what's supposed to have gotten started on that road. But I believe before Christmas, before December, that road will be fixed. Plans are afoot in top gear to fix that road. Then the other roads, to the one that goes to Ebema and things like that, something is being done about it. I don't know when the work will start, but something is seriously being done about it.
Can you hear me, Chief? As a flow-up, I want to briefly back to where we started. And as a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, I would ask, do you think that this administration has performed? And if they have performed, in which area do you think we can gladly say that this administration has performed?
Are you talking about the administration in Imo State or in Nigeria?
Mbono, you respond to Chief. Chief is asking you if it's about Imo State or about Nigeria.
It's Nigeria.
Performed creditably well. From independence till now, there is no administration that has invested so much in infrastructure like this government with little resources. From independence till now, there is no administration that has invested so much in security and acquisition of military equipment, hardware, and weaponry. No administration from independence to date, and with little resources. In terms of investment in human capital, social investment, and others, no administration has done what this government has done. Unfortunately, the efforts of the government is blighted by surging insecurity, which the government has invested more to tame. More so, the economy. Government has tried to manage the economy. And the economic problem we are facing today is not peculiar to Nigeria. But the problem we had at the inception of this government in 2015 was the dwindling receipts from oil. We run an import-oriented economy dependent on a monoproduct. Import-oriented economy dependent on monoproduct export. And what is that export product that we export? Oil. If the price of oil crashes, Nigeria runs into a ditch. Prior to the advent of this government, oil was sold at between $120, $140 per barrel, and the production quota was 2.4 million barrels per day. But immediately this government came on board, the price of oil crashed to as low as $20, $25 per barrel, and the production quota crashed to 1.5, 1.6 million per barrel per day. Even now, we are struggling to meet up with 1 million barrels per day production. So what Nigeria was receiving as revenue from oil crashed, and it affected the operations and running of the government. In the face of that, the government has continued to do a lot in terms of investing in infrastructure, in terms of investing in security, in terms of managing the economy. And you will not expect them to do magic, going by the scenario so painted. We ran into recession. As if that was enough, we are coming out from the recession, the COVID-19 pandemic struck. So after the COVID-19 pandemic, the entire world economy had issues. What we are experiencing today in our economy in Nigeria is not peculiar to Nigeria, but the government has been trying. It has done its best within the circumstance it has found itself, and within the resources that is available to it. The government has done its best, but there is still room for improvement.
Thank you, Chief, for that response. Our time is up, but before we end this program, I would like you to do your closing remarks. Like I said, our focus is for our people of Agwa who will be watching this program after now, and they will be glad to hear from you. So I would like you, in just a few minutes, share your thoughts with the people of Agwa and your word for them. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. I first of all thank my fellow Ndiagwa, especially those that have contributed a lot to ensure we see the new Agwa of today. I thank the leadership of ACU, led by Barrister Benson Akonya. I thank all the members of his ESCO, especially Ndukozo, and others that have been contributing their quota to see to the progress and development of Agwa. I implore my brothers and sisters in Agwa to try as much as they can to sustain this unity that we are enjoying in Agwa now. We have come out of Egypt of clannishness. May we never go back to it. Amen. Let us uphold oneness of Agwa. Let us promote the interest of Agwa in whatever we do. Let us use our positions to better the lots of Agwa, because Agwa is our home. There is no other place we have other than Agwa. If we make it better, it will be good for us and our children and children's children. But if we destroy it, we will not have anywhere to come back to. Let us uphold those things that edify us, those things that unify us, and let us jettison the things that divide us. For united we stand, and divided we fall. And as the elections are forthcoming in a few months' time, let us vote wisely. It is like a business investment. You invest in a business that will produce results, that will give you profit. No businessman will put his money in a business that will run losses. We have seen candidates. Let us vote for those candidates that will win their election and better our lot. Not sentiment, not ethnicity, not religion. Let us look well, let us think well, and vote wisely for the candidates that will better the loss of Agwa. And let us support one another who are genuinely pursuing a cause that will transform Agwa, not those pursuing causes that will destroy Agwa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief. We are glad to have you in our studio today. And we are sure that whenever we call upon you, you will do well to show up. It's been a wonderful time with you, and we are happy to have you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
All right, thank you. That was Chief Chibunna Ubawuike talking to us this morning. We appreciate him for coming. Also, a special thanks to Comrade John Bono, who has always been here with me every Saturday on this program. Comrade John Bono, your last shout out to our people.
Chief Chibunna Ubawuike, and taking us through history and that of development in Agwa. Do your best to make sure you leave a good legacy for humanity to strive. Here in Agwa or to make sure that the lot of Agwa is being also changed. Today we have an independent and active. The focus is on Agwa. Always try to hook on Inside Agwa every weekend. Our page to people about this ongoing development.